And away we go, Renzo. And
Hello,
away.
hello.
It
Good to
feels
see
like
you.
season four is never gonna end. But then again, we were away for a while, so we're just now picking back up. But away we go. Renzo is back in the building. Los's Lounge with Carlos Reyes. That's me. And what's your name again?
My name is Carlos Reyes. No, it is Renzo
Absolutely.
del Castillo.
Renzo's updated his microphone, everybody. Look at that.
Hello.
Oh,
How are you?
muy bien. And I'll tell you why. Because after this week, brother, as Latinos, you can't tell us shit. Now, first of all, happy Black History Month. Welcome to Los's now, season four, yada yada. You know what to do, you know what you got to do. All right, let's get to it because we do have a jam-packed episode. And I hate the lighting. I know. And Claudia told me what to do months ago. You have, everyone has. I'm sorry, man. I'm just a man trying to live the American dream and not get deported.
You are just running a show, a lot of responsibility, living your life. It's okay. Give yourself a little kindness. It's all good.
Thank you, Renzo.
You're
Renzo
welcome.
del Castillo, author of Still, Bam,
Still.
Bam,
I
Todavía.
appreciate the love, man. Always you're always a big supporter. I thank you.
All right, but oh, it's my pleasure. You're welcome. But Renzo, we've got bigger fish to fry. Oh man, this message has got to stop with this rebooting. We're having technical difficulties everywhere. All right, that's okay. You have to fake it until you make it. That's what they say. Um, Renzo has got big news.
I do.
So yeah, you do. Because if you're wondering why Renzo wasn't on, let's change. Let's see here. Hmm. Hmm. If you're wondering why Renzo wasn't on the show for a little while. No, well, no, sir. He has his own podcast with his. It's the Real Poets Podcast. Please go in now. Tell them
All
where to
right.
find it, what's it about, and how did we get here?
So I have a great friend of mine called Scott Raven, Scott Three T's. Scott with Three T's is his rap name. And he actually is from New York. He comes from that slam poetry scene and he moved down to Miami. We connected over a couple of open mics and we have very different styles. I'm more of a classicist and he's more into the slam, but we both read the same authors, watch the same movies. And while we were talking about movies, we realized there's not a lot of podcasts on. I mean, there's movie review podcasts, there's poetry review podcasts, there's open mic podcasts, I guess. I haven't really seen them or heard them, but there's not one that encompasses all three. So
Mm.
basically, I now co-host a podcast called Real Poets, where we talk film through a poetic lens of story, myth making, identity, all of that. We break down movies and then we write original poems inspired by them. So if you like conversations about culture, it's kind of the same muscle. What we also want to do is invite artists, poets, a lot of them local in Miami. We're trying to give a platform to people that have great voices with things to say, and we invite them over. We ask them, we tell them basically what the premise of the show is, and they
Sure.
pick a movie. Sometimes we haven't seen that movie. Sometimes it's a movie we haven't revisited in a while, and we watch it, deconstruct it, and then at the end of the show, we write original pieces from the movie. And while we're doing that, we're also interviewing the person about poetry in their life, why the movie resonates with them, what's their artistic journey, etc. You know, it is what it
So
is.
you have a guest that's coming up, and I'm excited because she makes music. So I'm
Uh,
wondering that promo
yes.
clip, was that her music?
Uh, the first one, no, that was a friend of hers. Her music, I didn't find it on Instagram to be able to put it, but you can
So
find.
send me the link privately to the other song because that was
I will. That's yes, I will. I will. I'm blanking on the name of the artist, but they were actually co-headliners with me at the Light in the Dark Fest in Fort Lauderdale last year. They were
Okay.
great, great,
Okay.
great, great stuff. I'll send you all their
A
stuff.
big up to Florida, big up to all of Florida, except for the crazies down there, man. Your state gets a bad rep.
Yeah, and
Uh,
this week our episode is on Easy Rider, and it's just
ah,
been influenced by the Beat generation, right? So there's linkages to poetry there, and our guest is Becca Joseph. She is a an author, a poet. She hosts festivals, environmentalist, activist. Really, really cool person. So we had a really good conversation. But we've next our next guest is actually another local poet, but from the Fort Lauderdale area called E.M. Sims. And for Black History Month, we break down "Do the Right Thing." I think you'll enjoy the hell out of that episode, Los. So
okay.
just check it out. And
Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm
we've
in. I've been
done.
listening. I've been listening.
Yeah, I know you have. I know
Yeah,
you
I've been
have.
listening.
So a lot of great artists. We did Beowulf with Crystal
Yep,
Espinoza. We've done Dead
yep,
Poets Society with Debbie Wanenkoff.
yep.
We've done Love Jones, which again I recommend everybody to see that movie. I can't believe I forgot how much I love that movie with Casey Penn, good friend of ours, and on and on and on. So we're on episode 6. We're moving to episode 7, and we're hoping for many more.
Excellent, excellent. And again, where can you listen to it?
You can listen to it wherever podcasts are released. You can listen to it on Apple Podcasts. You can listen to it on Spotify. You can listen to it on Captivate. And please like, subscribe, download, and leave us some love, man. If you like it, leave a
Rate,
5-star
review,
review.
all the
Exactly.
things you should be doing.
And
Hopefully,
you
with
should be
Lowe's.
doing that for Los's Lounge.
Uh,
Exactly. Right here.
all right, we have many topics to discuss, so I don't want to waste any more time. Well, this is not wasting time, but
Wow.
you understand what I'm saying.
Wow.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Um, there is a show here to do. Can't always be about your other show. Whatever.
Whatever.
I'm just talking shit. All right, so let's get right into it. This week we are going to be discussing. First of all, shout out to Black History Month. And I saw this wonderful clip of Lisa Gibbons, Liza Gibbons, whatever her lead, from the 90s, and she
Oh,
just,
yeah.
or was it Jenny Jones? I forgot who it was. One of them, and she had a racist white supremacist on her show. And she, well, if you're so anti-black, then do you use this and do you use that? And then she started listing all the things that we use on an everyday basis. I should be naming some of them off the top of my head, but I'm not that guy right now. And it was just such a beautiful, just way to really get back and get back with facts and just history, so rich in history. So a big up to all the black and brown brothers and sisters around the world, especially the ones I'm related to, and all that good stuff. That's the first thing. Number two, and the first topic, and away we go. You can't tell me shit as a Puerto Rican this week. I'm chilling. I'm proud. I want to thank Bad Bunny for that.
Conejo Malo.
Huh?
We want to talk about Bad Bunny. Let's do it.
Let's go. So, I guess where I really want to start to have it structurized, right, is because I don't care about, I don't want to get into all the backlash. Let it be all the people that showed their faces. I mean, you had Jill Sarin get canceled from the Real Housewives of wherever. Megan Kelly was the worst. No one does it better than Megan Kelly. I mean, show me a racist, Jesus. Um, you gotta keep it all American.
Ah,
And
man,
the meatloaf. And I
if
said,
only
well, who's prepping the meatloaf? That was the first thing. And then she wanted to drop the N-word, but she said the fried chicken goes over here. But still, who's making the meatloaf?
I don't know. If only Puerto Rico was part of America, you know. Just
If only.
if only South America, the Caribbean, Central America were
Central
also part of
America.
America, you know.
If only. Let's let us pray. Oh, bless their hearts. So I don't want to acknowledge that. What I do want to acknowledge and speak on this episode today is what that felt like watching it, what that meant to you in the bigger picture or what have you, just everything that has to do with you and the feeling of it and the pride as a Hispanic Latino.
Sure.
Take it away, Rans.
So the first thing I noticed with that was that Spike Lee
Oops.
dolly shot. You know what I mean? Like when, you know, that typical Spike Lee where you have the protagonist and it's just like the dolly follows them and it's just like their faces are walking through. And I
Mm-hmm.
definitely noticed that. I like how he incorporated aspects of it. It felt like a Puerto Rican party when he woke up that kid at the wedding. That was me. I'm sure that was you.
Please, that's still me. Are you kidding me? If this shit's going on too
Any
late.
any kid, like
Yeah.
if you grew up in our culture, you know what it's like to fall asleep on chairs waiting for your parents to get done partying.
And if you was at a tight relative's house, like say your uncle or your aunt, go in the bedroom. But the problem was with the bedroom, I don't know if this happened with your family. I'm not trying to interrupt you, young man. I know
Hmm.
for us out here, that's where everybody put their coats. So you had to lay on top of a stack of coats. And
Or
when it was
under if you were
time
hiding. Yeah.
or hiding underneath, and then you would feel like your relatives leaving one by one, pulling it's okay, go back to your
No, I mean, look, it was cool to see Pedro Pascal chilling with Carol G, chilling with Jessica Alba, chilling with like Miami influencers. It was like they were recreating his concert, right? Like the concert that his tour, the Tirar Más Fotos tour that he didn't play in the US for fear of ICE, right? Of ICE and,
Mhm.
you know, raiding his concerts for his fans. So it was, I enjoyed it. I liked the message of unity. I thought it was a great halftime show.
Excellent, excellent,
What about you,
excellent.
man?
Well, here's the thing, and there is a thing. No. The thing for me is I cried. I'm not gonna lie. First of all, I turned the TV all the way up. Um, and I
Were you breaking it down?
no, I just stood there very stoic, very stoic. And I there was no like expression. I was just and I'm sure like at certain parts I got hyped, but just I was taking it all in and catching all the details and whatnot. I had thank God for the internet because the next like few hours then people started posting like the symbolism parts behind it and whatnot, and it's just like oh, so then you go back and you watch it again. So my point is to say I cried during it. I really did. My father kept saying, "Hey, text me when the show is on. Um, we don't want to miss it over here." So I thought about what it probably felt like for him, right, for his generation. Um, but then I thought about just all the things that we know, right, of our culture. And my God, I look like Casper. I'm very white on this video. I'm sorry. Um, and I thought about the sterilization drugs that were tested out in the 30s and the 20s and so on women illegally. Some of them against their will, not knowing, and some of them either died or I think about all the Puerto Rican veterans that had to go fight for our country, but you couldn't vote for the president. And I thought about all that stuff. I thought about New Yorkers and that whole entire culture, which is where my family and I come from, except my father's from Puerto Rico. Um, yeah, if I thought about all that, processing all that, because that's big. Um, that was big, not just for, well, yeah, that was big for Puerto Ricans. Yes, but that was big for the culture, for everything.
What about
Uh,
when Ricky Martin showed up? You had Lady Gaga,
oh,
you had Ricky Martin. My aunt was hating. She's like, they should have gotten Chayanne.
I'm surprised Mark Anthony wasn't the one,
Yeah.
but it makes
It was cool to
sense
see Ricky,
because
yeah.
Ricky's from the island. Mark is a New Yorican.
Yeah.
Um, but I'm surprised. However, so here's my thing with Gaga. I get it, but I don't, because what's the connection there for me? Like, what was the connection to
So
pick? But I like the
he's
inclusivity of this.
sure he's that's one of his heroes. Lady Gaga is one of Bad Bunny's heroes, and I think they just got an opportunity to collaborate.
Mm. Well, whatever. So I was trying to figure out what that connection was because I was like, oh, but then I heard like the instrumentation, the arrangement, the salsa arrangement to the song. I was like, ooh, Well, somebody understood the assignment. Okay.
Mm.
But it would have been nice for me as a Bad Bunny fan to have like a couple more songs from him. Like I'm surprised he didn't do "Baby Ya Yo Me Enteré." No, I thought that was gonna drop. I was waiting for that. I was happy when he did "Café con por la mañana, café por la tarde,"
Mm-mm,
but I
mm-mm.
wanted him to start with that and just come that with the bomba plena behind him. Oh, whatever. It's not my halftime show, so who am I?
12 minute
It was
set, brother.
beautifully done though.
12,
It was
12, 13
beautiful.
minute set.
Um, sure, but there are other artists that have had longer sets, 15-minute, 16-minute. Katy Perry, perfect
Yeah,
one.
I remember Kitty. Yeah.
Uh, uh, yeah, whatever. We can look up all the whatever. I don't know. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful vibe. It made me cry. I watched it over and over. And then Tuesday came and I was over it. But talking to you now, goosebumps. You just can't see them. All right, let's move on from Bad Bunny. There is a lot to talk about on this episode, which, by the way, I didn't even get to finish talking about what we were going to get into. So let's just get right into the next topic. Brother, I'm excited to have you back. I wanted to get into this bag last episode, but you weren't here, and you have a WWF belt somewhere back there.
Yeah, I
I'm
do.
sorry, WWE.
That's right. Get the F out.
Sorry. Oh, perfect, smart. Um, and I wanted to discuss the history and the legacy of my favorite wrestler of all time.
It's right there.
Oh, oh, get into it. Yeah, why are you on a blur? Oh, I see the mess in the background. What's being built back there, huh?
Oh, just accepted a new position, so I'm getting a lot of IT stuff. But that's not it. It was just a long day of meetings, which is why the blurred background was on.
Got you. That's fair. The WWE Undertaker, Mark Calloway, who, by the way, has one of the best podcasts like out there. And I'm late to the whole party. I'm late. Like I've seen and I've heard and I've known, but then when I really tapped in and I'm like, but this is your guy. This is your guy. Bro, the stories, the
Hmm.
fucking stories. The legendary story of when he tombstoned Hulk Hogan and Hulk famously lied and was like, "Oh, brother, you got me." Hulk's head never touched the mat.
What a surprise.
And then vaccine created a whole thing. Back
Hmm.
the 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 episodes with him and Kane. Uh, Not even
Brothers
that.
of Destruction.
Wait, let's just go chronologically.
Well, well, I know that I'm a poet. I know that I very
Talk your talk.
serious person. Um, but I'm a huge WWE fan, and wrestling is basically poetry with life consequences, man. Um, and I think The Undertaker is the biggest myth, the greatest myth WWE ever built, right? He's a homegrown talent. I know he was in WCW for a while as Mean Mark Calloway, but The Undertaker, you know, prior to the Attitude Era, there was I'm
Yeah.
blanking on what the era was called. There's like Doink the Clown, Duke the Dumpster Drozy, The Undertaker, IRS, these people, these cartoon characters, and he's an Undertaker. He's the dead man. And he was able to transcend the gimmick and become bigger than it to the point where he is, you know, his personal politics aside, the things that he believes in aside, as a worker, he is he wasn't a guy, he was a presence, right? He
Hmm.
protected kayfabe longer than anybody, which preserved them. Kayfabe being the myth of wrestling. Like, kayfabe is like using something as pretending the myth is real, right? Like, so keeping in character. And he made the product feel bigger than the people in it. And he did it for years. His career spanned over 3 decades, man. Like, that's crazy to me.
I don't know if you can hear that, sir.
Boom. I can very lightly.
All right, before I get sued.
But tell me, why is he your
Was he your
favorite?
favorite growing up?
No, he was one of the top ones. My favorite growing up, like I loved one of my earliest memories, other than watching James Bond with my dad, was watching WWE. And my favorite growing up first was Macho Man. Macho Man Randy Savage. Then it was I was a Hulkamaniac growing up as a kid, as well as like half the world was. But he was up there. But I mean, I loved Roddy Piper. I loved, you know, The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin. I also had a pretty big WCW following when I was a kid, Sting, things like that. But Undertaker was up there for me. And then as I got older, again, like just seeing the way that he worked in the ring, he's a 6'10", 6'11" dude who was able to jump off, like just do a dive, a flip off the the ring to the floor. So athletic, such an athletic big man, moved so much lighter than he was. So
Yeah.
yeah, his matches were some of my favorite things. But why was he your favorite?
I don't know. I just think it was something about that like you love him, but you're terrible as a kid. You love him, but you're terrified of him.
Hmm.
But it was the aura, the mystique, the whole presence, like the and the production that went behind supporting his character. Like this dude, I don't remember ever seeing anyone do lightning bolts. Like they would have, remember the lightning bolts that they would do in
Yeah,
the
of course.
arenas that
The
would come out on the
fireworks.
pit on the like, how the hell do you create that? And all that. And so yeah, he was just my all-time favorite. And when the lights went off, especially when he came out, that gong, it just, man, the crowd will always go wild. He was so incredible. Um, yeah, I revere and everything. And it also it conjures up a lot of memories of going to see WWE here in Spring. They would always come here to Springfield. They were
Hmm.
always, and I know my sister's watching, and even my family could testify to this. We went to several. They had several pay-per-views. They had it in your house here in Springfield, Mass.
Oh,
This is around the oh, that's Friends. Oops, wrong one. The Generation X, that era. That ooh, auto framing off. Wait a minute. Not gonna do me like that. Hold on.
break it down, man.
All right. The Generation X was the thing. I'm trying to remember what season it was, if it was in the fall season or whatnot. My sister and I were there. We had floor seats and oh, it was crazy. I've attended WWE Monday Night Raws there and Sunday SmackDowns. It's just oh man. In any case, it just conjures up a lot of great memories. Yeah, man, the 90s were something. And I appreciate his podcast because they break a lot of the stuff that I always wonder about. For instance, that Hell in the Cell match with Mick Foley, legendary, iconic. Um, he threw the man off the damn thing. The man
Mick
was
Foley is
broken.
crazy, dude.
Choke
Like,
slammed him through the thing twice. The man's tooth went up, or his nose was broken, or something like that. And there's like a white bone coming up. I think he said it was his tooth.
it was his tooth. He swallowed his tooth and went
Crazy.
out through his nose. I remember that. We would have the I guess the statute of limitations is over. We would have like that box, the little black box that you would be able to
Yeah,
steal
put the camera
pay-per-views.
back on him. You get him,
What?
the criminal department.
They can't get my dad. He gone. My daddy's free from them. But yeah, so he had the box. So I remember watching that, and he threw like it started. They climbed the cage, and he immediately threw him through the announce table. And that was the second, I believe, Hell in the Cell. That was King of the
Yeah,
Ring '98, if
yeah,
I remember correctly, right? And it just I remember it becoming a cultural reference for non-wrestling fans. People were talking about it in school. Teachers were talking about it in school. And I think that match changed what audiences demanded from violence and spectacle moving forward. After that, that bar was raised, which
yeah,
had some
yeah.
impact, obviously, with the concussion protocols they had to put in afterwards and things like that. But it really changed
The man
the
threw
game.
thumbtacks, and we're gonna move on from this, guys. The man threw thumbtacks after every saying no, 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 no. It's telling me my internet connection is unstable. Um, your mother's unstable. How about that, internet?
Hey, man.
And at the last minute, he got the phone call from Vince and was like, "Look, this would be good," and they talked him into it. Let's move a little bit on from that. Let's stick with the WWE thing. One more thing I do want to talk about because I'll forget later, and this was even bigger than anything. The death of Owen Hart, watching that
Mhm.
live on
I saw that
television,
live too.
crazy. But I never really understood why did they keep why did the show go on? I'll tell you why. Vince McMahon and that. When you look back at those clips of the wrestlers going into the wrestling ring, particularly there's one of the Undertaker, and he is just trying to fight back the tears because you see like whether it's blood, sweat, I think it was
The
blood
stain, yeah,
stain. It was
there
a
was
stain
some
on the
blood where he
ring,
landed on the ring. Yeah.
and your friend just died. Why is the show going on? And now knowing what I know about Bret Hart and his distaste and how they fucked him over, I forgot all about that, bro.
Oh, the Montreal screw job, right?
Oh my God, I forgot all about all that. Um, Vince McMahon, how dare you? And shame on you. And quite frankly, your wife isn't any better. Look where she's working at. Look who she's working for. Oh, okay.
Well, so is Triple H.
Forgot all about him. But there's no room for him today on today's episode. I don't know.
Son-in-law, man.
Oh, oh, that's right. Forgot about that. He's so fine though. It's okay, baby. I'll still be married to you. We just be arguing and making up every day. Just arguing and making up. All right, let's move on from The Undertaker and
Well,
back.
I wanna say
Oh,
one more
please,
thing
by
about The
all means.
Undertaker.
By all
Just
means.
have you ever heard of wrestler's court?
No.
So The Undertaker was a judge in what was known in the WWE as wrestler's court. And that was like an unofficial locker room process for handling any disputes, etiquette, respect, and behavior without going to management. And it matters that he was a judge because that means you don't get that job unless the room trusts you, right? The room respects you. Like your say, your judgment is final. And he was, I mean, yeah, he was scary, but I think he was the judge because he was fair. So the way that it worked is the judge, the Undertaker, someone acting like a prosecutor, and the wrestler explains themselves. And the verdict is usually symbolic. You know, you would have to either pay for foods or buy drinks or apologize or do something humbling. And and that's how it worked, you know? I don't know, it kind of froze. Were you able to get that? Okay. And he was just the judge, and there's some great stories on his podcast this week. The
Okay.
Miz is there, and the Miz was kicked out of the locker room by somebody, and for 6 months he had to change in bathrooms, and he actually had to go to the Undertaker and say, "Hey, is it okay if I come back to the locker room? Like, what did you do? Oh, I ate
Wow.
chicken over somebody's bag, and
Wow,
I
wow, wow, wow.
apologized. Okay." And then Undertaker let him back in. So
Sure.
that's who he was in the back, just as an example. So aside from being like the dead man with, we haven't even talked about the WrestleMania streak where he went 21 and 0, right? And I know that it's predetermined, but 21 and 0 is insane. And that's when he had towards the end of his run is when he had like the two matches with Shawn Michaels that are probably the best WrestleMania matches of all time. The Hell in a Cell with Triple H. I was there. That was WrestleMania 28 in Miami.
Mm.
You know, and then like he ended up doing like cinematic matches with AJ Styles, who's probably one of the greatest wrestlers who ever laced a pair of boots. So Undertaker's career just spanned from the 90s. I think his debut was it Survivor Series in 1990? Yeah, he debuted in
Was it
Survivor Series in
WrestleMania
1990.
or a SummerSlam?
It was no, it was he was part of a Survivor Series group team in Survivor Series, and
He
that's how he
was,
debuted.
but that wasn't his debut though.
That
And
was his
that
WWE debut.
Nah, he wasn't. He was part of the team where you talking about with Lex Luger, Lex Luthor.
Lex Luthor? No, no, that is Superman. No, it was
Oh, Lex
November 20.
Luger,
It
Lex
was
Luger,
November
Lex Luger.
22nd. Yeah, yeah, the narcissist in WWE. That was November 22nd, 1990. Pretty sure. Yeah, dude, I'm crazy about this stuff. So
You know
yeah,
what? I'm
and
not
then
gonna argue with you on this.
he beat
Like you
Hogan in
trying to tell me about
91.
Madonna.
He beat Hogan for the title in 91 in 1 year, and that matters because he wasn't just spooky entrance. He was top of the card. So again,
Gotcha. Yeah.
I'll let it go there, but I did want to share that because you didn't know about Wrestler's Court, and I thought you'd enjoy it.
You know what? I tapped out with WWE. 2001 maybe ish. Like I remember when The Miz was
Mike
on the
Mizzano.
Real World, New York,
Me too.
getting told about himself and schooled on Black history and what you don't say around Black. Like Coral used to go in on him.
Coral. Oh my God.
Coral
Yes.
with the big boobs, beautiful face. And then what happened towards the end of the season? Those two were like peanut butter and jelly. And
Besties.
then what
Yeah.
happened afterwards? Best friends. And that continued on throughout the challenges and all that. Like whenever they would do the challenges, they would always get linked up together because
So when
they,
he won
I
his
wonder
first
if they're still
challenge,
cool, bro.
I don't know, but when he won his first challenge, he used that money to fund his independent, like go to wrestling school, take acting classes, and do all that because his dream ever in the real world, you would
Yeah.
see it. He just wanted to be in WWE.
Yeah, The Miz. And
Hmm.
look what happened. Dreams come true. I remember when The Rock first debuted. I
Oh my
remember
God.
when he
Rocky
had like
Maivia
the curly
with
hair,
the
Rocky
yeah, the
Maivia.
the
And
island
I
getup and the curls.
listen, let me tell you something. My mother and I go to the mall. WWE star is supposed to be there. I forgot what big department store, and that doesn't even matter. It wasn't listed as who. It was the Portuguese man of war. It was
Sorry, buddy. Sorry.
my mother and I were tight. I was like, what? But we got a picture with him. Pedro, Pablo, Mon I forgot what his
Pedro
name was.
Morales.
No, I don't think it was that. It
No?
doesn't even matter. It was the Portuguese man of war. Do you remember that?
I okay, yeah, that's not Pedro Morales. Yes, I remember Portuguese Man of War.
Oh man, I was so disappointed. I was like, man, we came from across town on a fucking public bus and stood in line to
That's
meet
how
this
much your mom
asshole.
loves you. That's how much your mom loves you
I
right
know.
there.
Well, let me tell you, that was one of many times we've done that. I mean, Melanie C concert, April
Woo!
2001. This isn't on the menu of today's show, but that woman and I, that woman, sorry, mom, uh, my mom and I went to New York City to go see Melanie C. One of the best experiences of my life. She was playing at Irving Plaza, and we stood at the Gramercy Park Hotel, and we walked to the venue like around 1 o'clock and just got in line. Bro, we were one of the first in the front. It was perfect. And like all the hardcore ones, like it was super cool. We waited, bro. They didn't let us in till like 7:30. My
Mm,
mother was tired. She was like, I have had it up to here with Mel C, but she never really complained, bro. She wrote it out. We go inside. We're in the front, like legit.
mm.
This woman turns to me and says, "You know what, buddy? You're a lot younger than I am. I'm tired of standing." And I just noticed there's a bar in the back and there's a better view. She's like, I'll be back there watching the show. Because it's a small, intimate gig, bro. Small, super small and intimate. Um, Anyways, and I stood there in the front and rocked out. And then what I don't want to forget, it's an important detail. During that wait, it got a little cold, so there was like a Gap or a Nike store or something around the corner. So she was like, "Stay in line. I'm gonna buy his jackets." And she got me a jacket and she got me a hat. But towards the end of the show, I threw the hat on stage,
Oh,
and her guitarist picked it up and put it on and was playing because I wanted it for Mel C, but Mel C wasn't the one that picked it up. So then after the show, my mom was like, I saw you throw that hat. I recognized it. I was like, she's like, hello, I could still see everything. Like, I just bought you that hat. What are you doing? I was like, it wasn't for her. It was for Mel. Anyways, whatever. That's my Spice Girls forever. All
as
right.
you get older, do you start just to think about all the shit our parents did for us? Yeah, like there's the thing like I fed you, I clothed you, whatever. I'm like, okay, good, that's baseline good. No, but like the shit that they did, standing in line, all that stuff.
And that's always like, oh, yeah. Uh, don't make me get emotional. All right. I love you, mom and dad. And one
He
day I'll stop
does.
swearing on this show.
He
Okay.
won't.
Um, Valentine's Day is coming up.
Yes. Tell me how you feel about it.
I'm a 43-year-old man who has only, yeah, thank you, pan out, Jesus, who has only had two. No, because when I was with Nelson, it wasn't just the first one. He always did good throughout that whole relationship on Valentine's. All right. So 4 years, whatever. So that's four Valentines. Plus, I went on a Valentine's date with somebody else who I'm not going to say. Um, but I don't even know if he still lives in Connecticut or not. All right. Well, you know who you are if you watch the show or listen. Hmm. Your first name starts with a J, and you know I love
Oh shit.
you. Okay. Um, and we went on a date. This was a friend of mine. I mean, I haven't spoken to him in a long time, but like after so many years of knowing each other, like we were like there was a thing going on.
You get a vibe?
Yeah, we liked each other. And then when we finally went on our first date, after the date, we realized not a good match in that department.
And that's
Not for
okay.
any bad reason, but it was different for us. Like we never,
Chemistry is different, man. You
yeah,
can't.
it was always so many years of respect and friendship and whatnot. And then we became older and yeah, he's a really, really great guy. Okay, so let's move on with the show, Valentine's, and what I Valentine or what however people want to call it is uh what do you guys got going on? Oh no, we talked about something else. You know what?
Yeah, I can tell you. So Gurbet, my girlfriend, I had some flowers delivered to her today because she's gonna be in the office tomorrow, and Valentine's Day we're gonna go out and do something. We had our Valentine's Day dinner earlier just to
Yeah,
avoid the crowds. She's been introverting hard these days, man. Like she doesn't want to be around people, so she's
we love
recharging.
that.
So, had some nice flowers sent to her. Her mom is visiting, had some flowers sent to her, some flowers sent to my sister and my mom. She told me
Everybody.
we'll go out for Valentine's for me some other time, but no, we're gonna, maybe just watch Love is Blind Germany. She's got me hooked on these reality TV shows that I would always just ignore. And now I was like, this is so stupid, blah, blah, blah. Episode 3. But why is Jurgen not seeing that she's bad for him? So, I'm into it now. So maybe we'll
Never
do
heard of
that.
the show, sorry, but I trust you.
Love is Blind on Netflix. We got
Netflix.
hooked.
I just rejoined Netflix, so I'll check it out.
We got hooked. We got hooked. So we'll
Love is
probably keep
Blind.
it low key, but no, had some nice things sent to her.
That's awesome. When are you gonna send me my chocolates? What an asshole. Whatever.
Open your door.
Just like every other guy. All
Open your
right.
door. Check your mailbox.
Oh Jesus. The dead pig's head.
But it's a chocolate dead pig's head.
All right. Um, I'm gonna skip segment 5 because that's more of a group panel
Sure.
on the roster. So, um, let's get right into it. There's just no other way. All right, Renzo. In American news, we see all the things that are going on. And what I really want to reflect on is release the Epstein files. And I really want this to also be a platform of the reminder of the big picture, but all these other strays are being thrown at us to distract us of the big picture. Not today, not here, not now. Let's speak on it a little bit specifically. Um, the hearings that were held. First of all, I'm going to say, in my opinion, this isn't Renzo's opinion. In my opinion, and mom and dad, this is where you get to mute what I'm about. Actually, if you're listening with children, mute what I'm about to say. Pam Bondi, you're a fucking coward cunt. Wow, felt
Do you,
good.
do you feel good?
Yeah, you're a coward. You're a punk. You're a pendejo. And then he gets convicted, and then you still go down there with your wife. You go down there with your four kids ages 9 to 16 or maybe 7 to 16, but you also bring their nannies. And you're only going there, you're gonna fly to a fucking island just to have lunch for an hour and then leave after knowing that motherfucker was convicted. Let me tell you what's going on in America, everybody, and I know you all know, but from my perspective, it's crazy. It's crazy that that lady Maxwell, whatever her name is trying to get out. It's crazy that she would waste time and just not talk. But I see what she's doing. We'll go back to Pam Bondi so I can close this one out. That was some coward shit, and it's crazy that a woman. You got Marjorie Taylor Greene ready to release names. Where's she been lately, though? I haven't really seen her, looked for her. But you've got people that know the truth, and the cover up is bananas to me. So those women sat there behind or stood behind her, and you couldn't even look behind just to say, I apologize. She started, and I'm sure you've seen clips, and I know the whole world is seeing clips. It is an embarrassment. Es un bochorno. It's Puerto Rican week. Bad Bunny. Super Bowl halftime. Watch it, everybody. Make them mad. It is an embarrassment to not only the forefathers, but I would say to just women everywhere, just to humanity everywhere, man. Human rights. The CEO from the CEO from Chuck E. Cheese resigned. Why? Because they called his name out. They're reading names out. Why is Donald Trump still the president? I'll tell you why. In conclusion, because Charlemagne says it all the time on the Breakfast Club. White supremacy will always be the greatest threat to America. Go.
I think
Damn.
I think Trump was mentioned thousands of times in the documents that were not redacted, which is like about three times as much as God or Jesus were mentioned in the Bible. So it's this
30
crazy
over
thing.
32,000 times.
Correct. Which is again over three times
I'm sorry.
more than God and Jesus in the Bible. So
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I
there's
just
that
want to give,
context.
yeah.
So I think it's important to just like go over what the hearing was about, right? So Congress is grilling U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi and the Department of Justice over how the federal government has handled the release of the Epstein files. And the focus is the Epstein Files Transparency Act, which was passed in November of 2025, requiring the DOJ to publish all Epstein related records. And the reason this has spiraled into a huge fight is witnesses and lawmakers are furious that millions of pages were heavily redacted, including documents that may contain names of powerful people connected to Epstein. You know, like the accusation is that the DOJ has made it harder, more difficult to see the real content. So Bondi insisted that the DOJ complied with the law and that some redactions were necessary to protect victim privacy. She framed Epstein as a monster and apologized to the victims, but she also refused multiple requests to apologize directly to the survivors who were present in the hearing room for mishandling their personal info. So it's one thing for you to be behind me and for me to say, like, I apologize to you, but without turning around and saying, hey, I'm looking you in the eye. I messed up, right? And she got personal. At one point, she was calling Democrats insults like washed up loser
Washed up
lawyer
lawyer and doing
during questioning.
theatrics,
Yeah, and
political
it's like
theatrics.
they've made the hearing more about tone and temperament than instead of policy. So the Democrats, who are led by Representative Jamie Raskin, accused the DOJ of running a cover-up by releasing only about 3 million pages, even though there are over 6 million pages or files. And
Wild.
Raskin says memos with victim testimony and other key evidence have been improperly withheld or are too redacted, right? They're calling it a cover up, but not because the files weren't released, but because what was released may not be the full story. And then there's also that new controversy that Congress members discovered the DOJ logged and tracked their search history when reviewing the unredacted files at a DOJ annex. So I believe Raskin called it Orwellian, right? Like 1984, and wants the DOJ's inspector general to investigate. And then the survivors of Epstein's trafficking ring sat behind Bondi during the testimony and were openly critical of how their private information was released. And Bondi's refusal to face them or apologize directly to them has been a flashpoint, and
Wild.
it's been picked up. by the media, right? And that's what is being shown. Um, what the law was supposed to do, right? Like Epstein files, the Transparency Act was passed with overwhelming bipartisan support, if you remember, late last year, making like forcing the DOJ to make the files public and searchable
Transparency Act.
in a downloadable format. But the rollout was delayed, it was partial, and deeply criticized for redactions and omissions. So right now we have transparency versus secrecy.
Yes.
We have victim privacy versus public interest. Like, how do you protect survivors without hiding wrongdoing? Like, that's the debate that's happening right now. And then power and accountability. If you're going to dump millions of documents, then let the world see what's really in them, not just what the DOJ decides to show. So, I mean, that's how I feel about it is different, but I thought it was important to give that context as we're having. I know you said some pretty strong express some pretty strong feelings about it, but I think the context is important so people know
Always
why you
important.
feel the way that you do.
Thank you.
Um, so I wanted to contribute that
You're frozen. Oh, you're Madonna. You're frozen.
when your heart's not open.
Wow. Or my legs for that matter. All right. I'm sorry, Renzo. Hey, Renz, welcome back.
I'm back.
Hey, by the way, we haven't free Wendy Williams. Now listen. I've been reading things online that might there were things online that she was supposed to be released before this new year began. But now with the and these are probably just rumors because you know how the internet is. So let's just be very clear. None of this is confirmed. But it made my heart smile because it's like now that the Sherry Shepherd show is being taken off the air, got canceled, as well as the Kelly Clarkson show, they're starting to say like Wendy's coming back and that she's supposed to be released. I feel bad. Shout out to her family. Rest in peace to her father, who just recently passed, 94. We can all hope to get to that, right? That's a blessing. And he looked great. Rest in peace, Miss Shirley, too. But free Wendy Williams. I also want to do another thing before I forget. Please, the NAACP Image Awards are coming on soon on television. But right now, you can go and vote for whoever you want to on so many different categories. But what I want you to focus on out there, including you too, Renzo, is Accidentally Informed. You know, that's one of my favorite podcasts. Look, come on. Shout out to Erica Cobb. Shout out to Claudia Jordan, are nominated for Best Podcast in because they have podcasting, but they have different categories. I know they're up against Don Lemon. We want to support Don Lemon. That's a whole different conversation, but just freedom of the press, freedom of speech, journalism, and all that good stuff and whatnot, even when it's the Megyn Kellys of the world, she's allowed to say it. Whatever. Is it right? Accidentally Informed. Go vote for their podcast, man. Let's show the ladies some support. Please go follow their podcast on wherever podcasts are heard. Don't forget, Real Poets Podcast, Renzo Del Castillo. What are the names of your co-hosts again?
Scott Raven.
Scott. Shit. Hi, Scott. I am
Hey, Scotty.
pronounced. Hey, Scotty boy. Real Poets, and please, the YouTube channel, right? There's a
Yeah,
YouTube
Real
channel, yep,
Poets.
as well. You can go and listen and
And it's, by
watch.
the way, it's spelled Reel Poets.
Yes,
So it's
not
because it's the movie Reel, and that's a,
yes.
pun on real because we
R
keep it
E.
real.
Wow. And you
That's going to
keep
be
it
a shirt.
slipping in.
That's right.
Um, what's a brother got to do to get invited to the show? Like I'm scratching at the window like a cat.
Oh, really? Because this is the first I've heard of it.
You said you would invite me on many, many moons ago
Let's
before
go.
it came into fruition. You said I would love to have you on once we get lifted in the what's going on.
We'll get it. We'll get it situated. We'll get it situated.
When you do, I'll get back at you, motherfucker. Wait till
How
you ask
dare
me to
you?
pick a movie.
Oh my God. What are you gonna? Oh, you should pick kids.
Huh?
You should pick kids.
Whoa!
I think you could
The
have really good insights on that.
nostalgia.
Yeah.
Wow. Yo, I wish we could drop a bomb or something for you. You earned that. Brother, I remember watching that on VHS when that first came out. That was like 95.
Yeah, you're a year older than me, so we're the same age. So it was a thing that we were watching in my cousin's house with nobody around. It was like this we need to watch this without the adults. And the adults didn't give a shit about what we watched. They would rent Bloodsport 17 times for us to watch at 6 years old. So Rosario
Crazy.
Dawson, dude.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Crazy film, yo. That dude, the main character, the boy, the teenage boy, the white boy. And oh, damn it. No, I don't think I want to. No, no. My God. There is no more poetic film, in my opinion. Spice World.
I'll fuck with Spice World. You know,
Colors
Roger
of the
Moore.
world.
Roger Moore is in Spice World. Okay.
Every boy and every girl. People of the world. Nah, I don't know what movie I would pick. You would think I would pick like a Madonna film or something like that. I could. You know what? Have you ever seen the sequel to Truth or Dare?
No.
Really? I think you would really love it. It's a lot more intellectual and and she's not such a see you next Tuesday.
So
Um,
sequel to Truth or Dare?
it's called I'm Going to Tell You a Secret. Je vais te dire en
Un
secret.
secret.
Oh, you better work, girl. You better slay. You better slay.
Okay, I wrote it down. I'll check it
Say
out.
it again. Say it because you'll say it better.
Secret?
I'm going to tell you a secret in French.
What was it? It
Je
was
vais te dire en
Je vais te
dire
dire un secret.
en secret.
Secret. I think it's
En
you can't
secret.
you don't pronounce the T. It's been a while since I've spoken it, but I can mess around with it.
Good for you, young man. I'll tell you what, whenever you're ready, go watch that film. Let me know. And then if you don't like the film, we'll pick a different one. But you'll appreciate that film. I think you can watch it for free on YouTube, if I'm not mistaken. Like legit, you can just type it in and the whole film comes out. You'll really love it. Lots of great actually, yeah, there's a lot of great poetic moments in there. Wow. Maybe I'll watch that tonight. All right. Let's wrap this episode down. Well, I was thinking of new games to play because it's always been about the one word association.
Season four games. Uno?
I wish. Screen share.
Want to maintain this friendship, we probably shouldn't keep Uno.
Um, no, actually, my God, I'll go to Florida and bust your ass in some Uno. Don't make me book the flight. Hey, Renz, challenge accepted. So yes. But my thing is like how do you everybody has their own rules. So are you a stickler to the rules? To like the
I
house
mean,
rules?
we played street as long as we agree upon the rules at the beginning, I don't care.
So
But we
are
have
we
to
throwing down doubles of things?
I'm good with it. Like as long as we say we are going to do this and we follow that, great. If we say we're not going to do this, okay. Either way, but we just have to play by the rules that we agree upon.
One thing that we've been mentioning a lot about tonight, and I feel like that's been the theme tonight and a lot of our topics and whatnot. I know we went into other current social issues and what have you, is the nostalgia of just things like you mentioned earlier. Do you think about like your parents and the things that they've done for you, certain instances, or we talked about The Undertaker and just right what that what memories conjure up when we think about that because it's not just watching it on TV. Who was I watching it with? Oh, that was you mentioned King of the Ring 98. My mind first went, well, I know King of the Ring was always in June of 1998. I was just finishing You Shut Your Mouth. The next month I would have seen the Spice Girls.
Uh,
Look at how what's going. You see what I'm saying? So it's a whole
and
bunch of
man, like
things.
when you were telling me about your mom, what came to me is like I remember for my eighth birthday, which must have been 91, my mom went and stood in line at Toys R Us. You remember Toys R Us? Stood in line at Toys R Us to get me the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 and the Manhattan Project for Nintendo as my birthday gift. And that she spent way too much time waiting to buy a Nintendo cartridge, man. But
Yeah,
she was tired from work and she did it and
yeah.
like little things like that I wish I was I mean I think I was grateful, but I just wish I was more appreciative of that at the time because now I work. Now I know what it's like to be tired. And then like my nephew's calling me and I have to drive my ass over to go hang out with them. And I'm like, oh God. And I still want to hang out with them. It's not that I don't, but sometimes you just want to be in bed. But when you got these little kids going like, would you like to give me love? And you're like, okay, I'll give you love. So
Would you like to?
yeah, shout out. I love you, mom. Shout out to our parents.
Um, and the kids will never know the joy of going to a toy store. The Toys R Us's, the Child's Works, Child Work or
KB
Child
Toys, dude.
KB Toy Stores. Another.
SEO Schwartz.
I'm done. Oh, I love how it zoomed in. Perfect
It
timing.
was perfect. Yeah.
That was good. Um, that might be the thumbnail for this on the
I think
video.
that I can see you making a video out of that. I'm
I'll be
done.
working on that later on. Damn it, man. So I was saying all that
The
to say
game, yeah.
nostalgia. Oh, I lost me. Toys.
You were just talking about nostalgia, like it's a theme. The Undertaker.
The
Uh,
Undertaker, but I was leading up to something. Oh,
my bad.
remember the heavy camcorders? You
Yeah.
know, oh my God, them shits weighed a lot, man. Jeez. But then they got better and smaller and what okay, anyways, I forgot my point, but that's okay. You conjured up another thing and then we can end on this. You
Oh, well,
mentioned
you
your
wanted to
nephew.
play a game, by the
I
way.
wanted to
That's
play a game, yes, but there was nostalgia. There was something good I had to say. It was a good one. Well, una mentira. Who knows? I don't know. That's what they say in Spanish. Um, okay, we'll get to the game, but my nephew. Okay, it wasn't that, but we'll go with this. My nephew, or one of my nephews, because I have many nephews and nieces. But my Choopy, that was his nickname when he was a kid. Choopy. He's still my Choopy.
yeah.
Um, I have been. He's gonna have his own little Choopy this month. Like any
Wow.
day, look, sis, just pop already. Like any day, the meatloaf is gonna come up. Meatloaf. Damn, I missed the opportunity to look. I saw it afterwards. I saw the Zoom. Meatloaf, because they want me to come up with a nickname for him. Anyways, I say all that to say is that I look forward to they live in Arizona. They being my nephew. I love you, Isaiah. And Maya, his lady, and they're about to I'll be a great uncle, and I'm excited. And I was looking at airline tickets, Renzo, like to fly out. First of all, 6.5 hour flight from where I live, and I gotta go from East Coast to West.
Mhm.
I can't even sit still during this. 6 hours?
Take a nap. Red eye it.
I am going to take an indica at a yep, zoom in on that face every time I see it. I want to take an edible and I want to just fart and snore the whole time.
That's that's a lovely that's a lovely
Scary.
picture. Yeah.
It's a way to get it kicked out. No, I look forward to going over there and meeting the baby, so I can't wait. Um, and I love that the middle name of the boy uh, the baby boy is my father's name, Benjamin. So a big shout out. He kept it going for, we
I'm
have
happy for
Benjamin,
you,
Benjamin
brother.
Jr.,
I'm
Carlos
happy for your
Benjamin.
family. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. That's all the sappiness. The game. Oh, the game. So we were talking about a game. A nice way to end it. So I don't know. Like, I have ideas. Please hold as I refer to my notes here. I usually like to have okay. So um cap or facts. Would you rather? Now, when I say would you rather, I don't mean like Elle McPherson, Naomi Campbell. I mean like unhinged things. Like
You mean like Vince McMahon, Linda McMahon?
Vince, take the Viagra. Go ahead. Let's go. No, but Bret Hart knocked him out. You were speaking of this earlier. This has nothing to do. I know I'm going all over the place. I'm just trying to make sure I get everything in. You mentioned that they looked at the Taker as like the court, right? He was the judge, but that was a big tone. That's like Stone Cold Steve Austin said about him, Shawn Michaels, because they didn't get along either. Shawn Michaels was a prick, apparently.
Until he
Um,
found God, yeah, nobody could stand him.
and that was the sentiment all the years is that he was always Big Papa in the back because everyone respected him
Mm.
and because he was fair. And when Vince did that in Montreal to Brett, right afterwards, who went and grabbed Vince to go and say that's fucked up, go apologize to Brett? It was The Undertaker, except Vince didn't know that he was going to get
He took it.
took it like a man. All right. Would you rather? Would you rather eat fried cockroaches or fried caterpillars?
I mean, you're talking to someone who grew up watching Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. I'll do the
Oh,
caterpillars.
bendito de chinito.
What about you?
These are your questions right now. Okay.
Okay.
Three for you, three for me. Renzo, if you wasn't this great poet, if you know it, CEO, entrepreneur, porn star, would you rather be a porn star or work for Trump?
Orange Star.
There it is, folks. There it is. There it is. Would you rather eat burnt toast? I'm sick of this message coming up on my screen, man. It's killing my vibe, and I've been trying to ignore for like the last 25 minutes. Would you rather eat burnt toast or a burnt pancake?
Toast. I'm
Ah,
not into pancakes. It's not my thing.
really?
Yeah,
We'll talk about that the next time you come on. We'll get into it. Yeah.
I guess they'll taste the same if they're burnt, but yeah.
I got it. All right. Would you rather drown or would you rather fall off a building if that was your
How
only option?
how tall is the building?
I don't know. Like, and I know this is bad considering that I lived through 9/11 and seen the images, but maybe not that tall, but just tall enough for when you hit, you're done.
Oh, yeah. Drowning would suck. So immediate impact death, I'll take that. But if it's like a 7-story building and I'm bleeding out forever, dude, I don't know. But I'll
You'll
take
be
building.
pissed. You'll be pissed. Let me
Yeah.
tell you something. Here in Western Mass, we have what we call there's a memorial bridge that bridges West Springfield and Springfield. And I kid you not, if anyone goes to WWLP, I know all my local listeners will know there's always someone either jumped off or trying to jump off. And I think they did a rescue mission the other day. It's crazy. It's right by my job. It's always wild. I've driven rent, hand to God, I've driven across that bridge literally right after someone has jumped, looking
Uh,
at the people crying and like walking back and forth. So I didn't see the jump, no. But by the time I went over the bridge, that jump must have had to have happened within the last, I don't know, several minutes because everyone is fresh. It's crazy the things that happen in the world. All right. Do you
so
have
when
any unhinged ones for me in
I
the Would You
got you,
Rather?
I got you. But I'll share one story. When I was applying to colleges, one of the colleges that accepted me was Cornell. And one of the reasons that I didn't go to Cornell was they have a bridge
Oh,
where people like it's the school where a lot of people commit suicide, and there's like an indentation at the bottom of that bridge of where the kids
ay, Dios
kill
santo.
themselves. So yeah, look it up.
No, thanks. I can't wait.
Look it up. So I got you. I got you. I put together some would you rather questions for you. And these I think are gonna speak to Los. Would you
All right,
rather
shoot.
would you rather accidentally like your ex old Instagram post? Like old, like 3 years ago? Or send a miss you text to the wrong person?
I would rather send a miss you text to the wrong person.
Okay. Would you rather have your inner monologue played out loud or your browser history? read at a family dinner?
My inner, oh, well, I don't have anything. I mean, if it's porn related, please. There is no, um, but just to piss people off, my inner monologue. That would
Okay.
piss people
So
more
out of
off.
spite, you're powered by spite. Okay.
I'm
Would you
petty.
rather be ghosted or get a three-page breakup email with footnotes?
I mean, I've got them all and everything else in between.
What would you rather?
I would, but wait, but give me, wait, on a date? You talking about?
No, like, would you rather, like, you're dating somebody and you either get ghosted or you get a three-page breakup email with footnotes?
I would rather the 3-page email just based on the fact, like, I would like to know, are you okay and alive? Because you just never know in this world, and I don't think that'd be fair. Plus, be a man. Yeah. Do you have one more?
I'm trying to think of one that should be good
I
for you.
see you trying to Mr. Cornell over here.
No,
Oh,
I
remind me
didn't
of some
go.
good news to tell
I
you
just
afterwards.
I just got it. Oh, okay. Okay. Would you rather have your parents read your texts or your friends read your childhood journal?
Um, my friends read my childhood journal, although my texts really aren't that exciting. Um, yeah, it's kind of boring. I'm kind of a plain Joe these days
All
in
right,
this
last one.
portion of my life. Oh, there's another one.
Last
Shit.
one. Last one. Would you rather your therapist write your dating bio or your ex write your dating bio?
Well, that depends on which ex.
Ah. Well, there you go. That's what I got.
Because the therapist is going to say the same thing I'm going to write. I'm needy. I need time and emotion and love. Listen, uh, 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 I'll say it off camera just because I don't like. I'm going back to school to finish my degree. Everyone, there it is. All right, classes start fall of 2020, 26.
Congratulations, brother.
Online, 3 classes. It's time to finish. I'm excited. If it was up to me, I would have started yesterday. But when I finally like had an epiphany of sorts. And then I also just applied for my community health worker certification, which is the work that I do now. And so yeah, we're just trying to elevate the game and just really just trying to just be more of academia because I think I've wasted enough time. The beautiful thing about re-enrolling where I uh, enrolled again to for the fall is that I have 21 applicable credits from when I went there before. I think you need 60 to 70 to, I think 60 is the minimum for my associates. This is for my associates, if I can give context, because from there I would like to get my bachelor's. This is all stuff I should have done, but everybody is different. There's 8 billion people. It's all about timing, whatever, blah blah blah. Yeah, I still should have done it. But the great thing is that I have so much of a support system at work, especially with my leader, my leadership team, which is Melissa, and whatever. It's wonderful. It's so wonderful to be supported. Not whatever, but like where what I do and where I work at, we have affiliations with other universities and colleges out here as well too. Programs, grant programs, this, that, and the other. So I really want to finally get that out under my belt. Um, and I'm super excited about that because that's really big. And then another thing, one more thing is just manifesting a new home. Sorry, home. We've been here almost 6 years. It's time to go. Yeah. So we'll talk about that more off camera. I didn't get evicted, anyone. I don't want no rumors started. But another thing too is, and this is another reason why I'm going back, is to because let's face it, no one's getting any younger, and I need to buy a home. And quite frankly, I'm going to be doing it all by myself. And it's enough. I have 3 jobs now. We'll talk off camera what I want my next statement to say, but I don't want my personal business out there. But
For
I'll tell
sure.
you once we stop recording.
Yeah, yeah, you guys stop intruding, okay?
His nobody's watching. So
That's
yeah,
not
so I'm really
true.
excited to
That's
share
not
this.
true. The recent posts say that's not true. Somebody's been getting some lifetime achievements with the podcasting game. Shout out to Los's Lounge.
Oh, thank you, thank you. All right. Do you have any final thoughts on this wonderful jam-packed? It was very WWE, and it was very passionate. I don't know what
No,
that
man.
means. I
I'm
don't know what that
always,
means.
I couldn't figure it out.
All right.
I'm just always happy to get a chance to chat with you and support the podcast where you brought me so much support when I started my publishing my book. And, I got a lot of love for you, man. I'm very proud of you. I'm so happy you're addressing these things that have been bothering you for a long time and you're still managing to work on your passion project. And I'll be here for you as long as I can be. Much love,
Oh, I
brother.
appreciate you. Likewise, brother. Likewise. I appreciate you for all your support and our friendship and our brotherhood. And I just need to get there and finally could just give you a big hug, you and Lady G. And then just drop a deuce in y'all toilet.
It's okay. I have a guest bathroom. It's okay.
Perfect. Perfect. I'll get, you know what? I'll buy you a nice candle when I get there.
I got poopery. It's all good. You think you're the first guest I've had? Shit.
No, no, I know, but that's what, right. That's the, that's the blessing of the first visit, right? Is the first poop. You know what? I know a perfect way to end this. I have this wonderful book that can be purchased wherever folks buy books. Okay. Still, check it out. All right, here we go. I just randomly opened up to a page. This is called High Noon.
Oh shit. Okay.
The star on his pleated vest is dull as the crane, pulls back, showing a lone man in a deserted town. Technicolor raindrips on my window pane, taking me out of black and white Hadleyville and placing me on a faded blue couch in Florida. The microwave beeps. She must have forgotten her tea after slamming the door on her way out. I watch the gunfight while stirring honey into the tea. A hostage is taken. A man shot in the back. A back aches in grudging empathy. While my phone rings on the table, I brush the hair out of my eyes, admiring the mise en scene. I hope I said that right. And I am torn between love and a classic movie. The raspberry tea is sweet in my mouth as Gary Cooper throws his badge into the dirt. Hold up. No one's signing off just yet. Let's. Sorry, Renz. I know you got things to do. Another minute. There are no coincidences. What were we just talking about earlier? Everything that's going on in this country, right? So the first thing I thought about was, first of all, rest in peace to those two people from Minneapolis, Alex Purdy and the woman who was shot. I thought about that immediately and everything that's going on with ICE and ICE out, yo. Every so as I'm reading this, it's just like, oh, there are no coincidences. Do you have any thoughts around that? I
I
mean, you wrote it.
I wrote the poem, but I'm interested. See, that's the thing. For me, as the person who wrote it, it's always a treat to see somebody get and create meaning from what I wrote without my influence. So I'm curious as to see what it's bringing out in you. Why do you associate it with what's happening now?
Why? Because it was all about love for me and just like when he was talking describing her and whatnot, but it was I watched the gunfight while stirring honey into the tea, a hostage, uh, from there, a man shot in the back. Gary Cooper throws his badge into the dirt. I don't know. It just went from it was the dichotomy, right? The beauty of life, right? He has this great, fabulous cup of tea, and his girl, she's pissed, but fuck, at least he has her, and she just slammed the door. The beauty of life, right? The little things.
Mm.
And
It's
then on the
interesting, yeah.
outside, look what the fuck is going on. If
Yeah,
that's not America and life, I don't know what is.
I'm happy you got that meaning from it, man. That's cool.
That's how we end it here at the Los's Lounge podcast show featuring Carlos Reyes, Renzo Del Castillo. A big shout out to Harry Dini, Jasmine. I forgot to do that at the top of the program, but that's okay.
Always the co-host. I mean, I've met Jazzy. I haven't met Harry.
I
I'm looking
know.
forward to that.
I know. We gotta make that happen. Speak that into existence and make it happen. We've spoken it into existence. It just hasn't
We'll
made it
make it
just.
happen. We'll make
We'll
it.
make
Oh,
it happen.
and please listen, download, like, subscribe, and rate Real Poets podcast with myself, Renzo de Castillo, and co-host Scott Raven. And thank you, Los, for being our podcast godfather. I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Godfather, I'll take it.
Padrino.
Padrino over and out.